Hey pottery people, welcome back to a special edition of Look at an Art with me, Kara. We're gonna look at a really special piece today that was done by someone who is not an artist, but it's still a fabulous piece. So Dee, slide it on over. This is a mug made by my very sweet stepbrother, Steven. And he did some kind of a corporate bonding workshop at his job where they brought in a ceramics teacher and they had them make a mug together. And I've taught lessons like that before, so I'm pretty familiar with pieces like this. And this is a first timer mug. So I'm really excited to talk about this piece because if you are a beginner and you're making things like this, I just want to encourage you and tell you, first of all, why you should feel great about that. And second of all, some things that you can do while you are building your skill and making your forms a little bit more refined, that will just make your pieces a little bit nicer as you're moving through that process. Because friends, we all have to start here. My first piece looked just like this, and every beginner that I've taught, their piece looked just like this. And I'm not saying that this piece looks bad, it's just, it illustrates a certain skill level. But again, you know, if you're making anything, any art at all, it's great. You should keep doing that and not worry so much about the product. So the things about this piece that my stepbrother did really well, that anybody can apply to their work to make it a little bit nicer and more interesting, is he used a combination of patterns that's interesting. So here he did this really nice leaf design. And then as you work your way around, you see that he's combined it with some kind of polka dot kind of a pattern. And then there's intermittent little other shapes in there, kind of, they're kind of hidden. You have to sort of look to find them, but it just adds something in to break up the larger patterns. And that's always really pleasing to the eye. So I would say, if you can, try it. Also, he put a completely different pattern on the handle. So again, just adding some more interest, some more texture, and some more shapes to that surface. And just quickly, the way this was made was, this was not built on the wheel. This was built with what's called a slab, which is kind of like a pizza crust or a pie dough. You roll out a flat piece, and then for a shape like this, you cut a rectangle and you lift it up and wrap it around and make a seam. And his seam, it's probably gonna be hard to see, but it's right here. He's blended it very well, but you can see it on the inside. Another thing he did well, again, that all of us can do, is he paid really close attention to detail with things like this rim. So all around the top, he made an edge that's just really sweet and cute and adds a lot to the piece. And it's just something that, you know, you might not think of. He has a good eye for design. It just comes natural for him. But that's something that just elevates the piece a little bit. Last but not least, he personalized this mug for me. And that is something you can do for someone that's going to add value no matter what level of artwork you're creating. If it's your very first mug or if you've been making mugs for 10 years, if you personalize something for someone, it adds value to that person. Maybe not to everybody, but it makes it special to that person. So what he's done here is he stamped, all of this patterning is just done with normal rubber stamps. It's not any special clay tools. Any type of stamp will work on the surface of the clay. But he used stamps and he stamped in the word bonus right here, because instead of calling each other step siblings, we call each other bonus, because it's like we got each other in each other's lives as an extra. And so sweet, you guys. And then at the bottom, he put a heart. So when I get to the bottom of my coffee or my tea, I see it. And I think of how special it is and how much it means to me. So I have lots and lots of special mugs are my favorite form, friends. So I have tons, way too many mugs. And I have some really great ones that were made by excellent professional potters, but I use this one so much. And it's because of those things that I've just pointed out that make me love it and make me just want to use it and have it in my hand and spend enjoyable, pleasurable moments with this mug in my hand. So while you're in the process of building your skill so that you can make things a little more refined than this, just keep in mind, there are tons of little touches that you can do that's going to make your work special and mean something to someone. And even just from a design perspective, all the stuff that I outlined is going to make your work just a little bit more interesting. And honestly, that applies to any type of artwork. Diverse textures and different patternings, filling up the space nicely. Those are things that you can do even if it's your first time, that's going to make your piece a little bit nicer. Thank you for looking at Steven's mug with me today. And I hope that if you are a beginner, this helps you to feel a little bit more at ease with where you are in the process and not needing to rush until you can make a professional level product, but enjoy where you're at and be proud of it because you're doing great. All right, I'll see you next time, pottery people. Bye.